that's what we're handling on this page. So you just got to get them to agree to say that their knives are not okay during this page. That's what you're doing, okay? So I go, so here's how I do this page. This is literally word for word what I used to do when I got good at this. When I was new, I sucked. I sat there forever. Wood, plastic, wood, read the manual to me, okay? So I say, Mrs. Jones, so let me show you where we got the idea for Cutco. You ever seen any of this before? I go, yeah, you gotta have some of that. I go, yeah, Mrs. Jones, you know what? We had this in my house too, okay? And so my mom got Cutco. And, oh yeah, I name drop all these people that had it, okay? Oh yeah, my family all has Cutco, everybody has Cutco now. But, you know, we used to have this stuff. And you know what I found? I don't know much about cooking, Miss Jones. I'm 19, okay? I'm 20, well, I was 22 at the time. I'm 21, 22. I don't know how to cook, Miss Jones. You probably cook 100 times more than me and better than me. And I can't even cook soup. I mean, I messed that up, okay? And so you probably know more about knives than I do. And what I found is when I went to my training, I thought a knife was a knife. I thought every knife was fine, okay? And but then I went to my training seminar and I went to my interview, and they told me that they actually designed these products purposely to break, okay? It's called planned obsolescence. They design things to break. Have you noticed that they make things to break a lot? Yeah, okay. And do you notice that most of these things aren't really that good, and they end up like breaking or falling apart after a short period of time? Yeah, and so you know, I learned that wood and plastic, wood like rots and stuff. Plastic is like so dangerous, like people hurt themselves all the time with it. I found that they actually designed the construction, like they put it, like they do all kinds of weird stuff, so the knife shakes. Do you have any shaky knives? Yeah, like, and that means it's going to snap and break, which, you know, sends people to the hospital. And then they told me that they have this stuff called carbon steel, which like leaks like rust into your food. I was like, that's awful. And then they told me stainless steel goes dull really fast. Have you noticed like knives go dull fast, and you got to use a lot of pressure? You know, a lot of people like go back and forth like 100 times, you know, and it's just stupid. And then also, you know, and then they told me they put serrated edges on knives. And then they told me this little trick that they say. They always say the knives never need sharpening. Okay, which means you can't sharpen it. I thought that was kind of cute that they did that. And then they would steal money from people and like charge them $10 for a knife. They never need sharpening and fool stuff. So that's why I love working for the company, because I get to tell people about, you know, these tricks and these nonsense things that people do. And for as often as people cook, you know, some people have knives like this for 10, 15, 20 years. But the funny thing is, they only work for the year or two. And for as often as people cook, isn't it kind of silly to use like inefficient, you know, stuff around the kitchen and make it much harder for people to, you know, cook every day? Yeah. Okay? Yeah, so it just doesn't make sense. So I don't know why people have this, and that's one of the reasons I show our product, because I really don't believe people should have this anymore. And so let me show you our product. I'm much more excited to talk about our product. That's it. That's it. Okay? And then I go to town on this page. All right? So I'm not going to do it right now, but you guys have seen it in advanced training. Build a lot of value. What's the purpose of this page? To handle what objection? Too expensive, okay? Got to kill it on this page. Everything's more. This is more expensive. That's more expensive. Mr. Jones, here's my knife. Whoop, before I give this to you, okay? This one's mine. I don't have any money, okay? I'm a college student. If you take all the money that you and your husband make and then subtract it all, that's how much I have in my bank account, okay? I have nothing, all right? So I really need you to be careful with my knife, please. It's really expensive steel. It's made out of really expensive materials, and I really do like this knife. So, and I have no money, so if you drop it and you break it, I mean, I'm done. Okay. So, by the way, some of you guys have run into a serrated edge that goes through the rope in like 1 or 2 shots, right? Okay. So I go, okay. So it goes. I go, wow, that sounded really bad. Okay. Like just go about how it sounds. They don't even pay attention to the sound. They go, that sounds bad. Okay. I was right there. Okay? They're like, well, it only went through in like 2. All right? So, anyway, I go, well, Ms. Jones, of course. How old is that knife? That's actually not that bad. How many old is that knife? Oh, we just got it like a couple of 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, so about 2 or 3 years old. Very cool. Now, probably when you just got it, it probably went through the rope in 1 shot. So it's been a year. It's already gone through in like 2 shots now, 2.5, right? So probably you'll have this knife for maybe like another 2 years, and you'll have to throw it away, right? Yeah. Okay? So you're handling these objections before they come up, okay? Because you know what they're going to say at the end if they go through in like 2 strokes. Oh, my knives are okay. So just handle that, okay? They're okay now. Won't be in 2 years, okay? So anyway, all right. Let's go to the guarantee. All right, Mrs. Jones. So let me tell you about our guarantee. Our guarantee is awesome, all right? We have what's called a forever guarantee, Ms. Jones. Have you ever heard of a lifetime guarantee? Yeah? Did you guys explain lifetime guarantee with our guarantee? It's beautiful, okay? So good. All right, so we have the forever performance, forever sharpness, forever misuse and abuse. Great. Cover those 3, all right? The last one is the 15-day trial period. So you got to spend, you write this down, 10 to 15 minutes on the trial period. And write this down. I do not sell Cutco. You don't sell Cutco. Some of you guys are trying to sell people Cutco. Stop it. You don't sell Cutco. I sell, so write down what you sell. I sell payment plans and trial periods. That's what you sell. Your job is to get as much Cutco into their house to try it out for as little as possible. Just let Cutco sell itself. Get it in their house. Okay? Okay, no more pieces. All right. Oh, by the way, I didn't even say this, but I know I should have said this before. You got to say the word set a lot during your demo. Okay? A lot. A lot is like 50 to 100 times. You need to say the word set. Everything is a set. That's a television set. Okay? Wow, it's a nice dining room set you have. What a nice set of chairs. What a nice living room set. Okay? Everything's a set. Okay? What a nice set of kids. Okay? That's it. Everything's a set. Okay? So have a set. A seat, Ms. Jones. Okay? So everything's a set. Alright? So Ms. Jones, the first set of Cutco was made in only in New York. All the sets, first set was made in 1949. Over 15 million people have purchased a set of Cutco. Okay? Look at all the sets I've sold. Even if it's 2 pieces, that's a set. It's a 2-piece set. Okay, so here's all the sets. Okay, Ms. Jones, most people have a set of knives look like this. Some sets have wood, some sets have plastic. All right, let me introduce you to all the features of our set. Okay, let me show you the guarantee that covers the set. All right, so set, always sets. Okay, at the end they shouldn't even exist. Pieces don't exist. Okay, like the pieces just don't exist because you've just been saying set so much they stop thinking about pieces. Okay, they just think, okay, I gotta buy a set. All right, that's the way they should buy it. They should buy it. All right, in a set, it's cheaper that way. All right, it's a better deal. Anyway, 15-day trial period. So I got Ms. Jones. The best part about our guarantee is the 15-day trial period. What do you think of the product so far? I do this the same exact way. You probably heard this 100 times. Well, actually, I've said it 100 times. It feels like you've heard it 100 times. Okay, Ms. Jones, what do you think of the product so far? What do you think they said?
Great.
They're great. I go, Ms. Jones, I've only showed you 2. Okay, all we did was we cut the rope, and actually I showed you 3 because I usually peel in the beginning, and I'm gonna cut the penny. Okay, so I've only shown you 3 products, Mrs. Jones. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna show you, like this set here, and you're gonna love everything. I always hope to. I'm gonna show you all this stuff, Ms. Jones. You're gonna love everything. It always happens. But you know what, Ms. Jones? When I'm done showing you all this, you're not gonna know what you want to get. Okay? And you're not gonna know, do I want to get the whole thing? Do I want to get a little bit? Do I want to get a couple pieces? So the company knows this. The company understands that you're not gonna be able to make a big decision today just by sitting down and looking at the products. So what they do is they add this 15-day trial period. So you could put a 20% deposit down. Okay, that's important to say that. You can put 20% deposit down on any set that you see here today. We have 2 different sets. The big one and the small one. All make right ultimate. Okay? On any set you see today, you can put 20% down, and that way you can play with the set. And that way you can see which ones you like, which ones you don't like. If there's 1 or 2 pieces in the set that you don't like, or you're not using, you can always send them back, or you can give it to somebody as a gift, and you only pay for what you keep. If you don't like the entire set, which I've never had anybody who didn't like the entire set, but if you don't like the whole thing, you can always get the deposit back. And since your husband isn't here right now, you don't have to make a big decision without your husband. You can actually talk to him about the set, and you guys can decide, based upon your cooking skills and your cooking style, which set is the best for you. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, yeah. Okay? So yeah, so the key things are no big decision today. Nobody likes to make a big decision. Nobody likes to make a big decision today, especially without their husband. Okay, so handle all those objections before they come up. 20% down. Try it out. I go, Mr. Jones. By the way, sometimes I would go off tangents, okay? Because I used to hate the "Can you call you back?" Right? By the way, I go, Mr. Jones. And the great thing also about this is it protects 2 people. It protects you and it protects me. This is important. The 15-day trial period also does 2 things. It protects you and it protects me. It protects you from buying something that you don't really need or you don't really want. So it protects you because it protects you from buying something you don't really need or you don't really want. So Ms. Jones, if I tried to high pressure you today and I pressured you into buying something, well, it would make no sense for me to do that because you would just turn around and you can send it back on the 15-day trial period. So there's no point in me pressuring you at all. Okay. Now it also protects me because I don't get paid to come back over here and keep calling you 100 times to see if you want to buy knives. So it protects me in that I don't get paid to come back over and do another demo for your husband or keep calling you and harassing about knives. And I hate calling people back, Mrs. Jones. I had a lady once, she told me to call her back, and then every time I called her back, she was like, oh, the knives again. And then I felt like I was harassing her and calling her all the time just about buying knives, and I didn't like the feeling. Like, I love doing these demos, I just hate calling people about knives. It's awful. Like, once somebody told me they wanted to think about it, I'm like, how do you think about knives? They're sharp. Okay? Like, it's a knife, Ms. Jones. So the only way you can really think about it is by actually using it. That's why the company does this, so you can actually try it out and actually use it and see if you're really going to use our product or not. So the company wants to make sure you make a good decision. They're not about trying to get you something that you're not going to use. By the way, Mr. Jones, I give my the 15-day trial period. They allow me to extend that, so I actually extend it to a whole month. So you can actually try it out for a whole month, and that's how it goes. By the way, also, Ms. Jones, I give my own personal guarantee. I give my 5th part of the guarantee. If you try out something for me today, if you decide to try out one of the sets, whether it's a big one or a small one, and you decide to try out the set and you don't like it, I personally now keep the box because I don't have a lot of boxes in my house. But I personally will come over and I'll help you put it back in the box and I'll help you send it back, and I'll send it back for you. Okay, so I give that guarantee because sometimes people are like, well, I won't send it back or whatnot. I don't want you to get anything either that you don't really want. So isn't that kind of cool? Yeah. I've totally eliminated the I got to think about it, call me back. I just told them I'm not going to call you back.